Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to go through a little bit of what Logic's drummer can do. Now I know there's obviously loads of options out there on the market for, sample based drums and all that kind of stuff, but I think Logic's drummer can be really powerful and it's a really great way to add to almost like demos. So sometimes if I'm going through a track and I just want to like hear some drums and see how it might sound, I might go and use Logic's drummer, and it's really, really cool. I actually really like what they've done with it. So I'm just going to run through that today. So I've put together like a very small progression. So I'm going to show you how we can obviously manipulate the different sounds and what we can do to different segments to obviously add emphasis as you would in a song. So I'm going to start with the first part. So this is going to act like kind of like a verse, maybe a bridge going into a chorus. So what we can do is if I click on it now, I'm just going to put this part here. Okay, so if I just play this. So as you can see, this is like very basic and I've manipulated that here. So you've got, when you load up the drummer, you can obviously select a drummer. I've gone for pop songwriter. And then I've decided at this point, because this is kind of like a build-up point, I don't want to add too much to it. So I put the complexity really low, 30%, and the intensity is 27. So here you can kind of select what parts of the drum kit you want to hear. So I've just gone for a kick and a snare. And if you go into details here, you can actually select like which part of the snare you want. I'm apparently on tom. I'm probably going to go center, to be fair. I prefer center. And then you've got these options, so you can manipulate the feel, so pull and push, which is really, really cool. Dynamics, that'll be obviously how loud we're going with that part. I've just left it as it is. It's on 100%. I've just left it. Humanize, so we can turn that up. So it obviously just adds a bit more of a human feel. I'm going to actually turn that up. If you want percussion added, so you've got these options here, tambourine, shakers. I'm going to leave it. I'm okay. Ghost notes. Yeah, we'll leave that as it is. And then if we go into manual, you can actually select, like, you can actually manually input what parts you want. So in relation to the kick and the snare. I'm just going to leave it for the sake of this video because I'm kind of happy with how it's sounding. And you can see here, like, this is obviously the waveforms we've created with these drums. So if I come in here and turn up the complexity, you're going to see it changes. There's obviously more going on, but we'll keep it there for now. So that's one part. So that's important to know because sometimes you might just select a drummer and it will do its thing. And you're like, oh, okay, yeah, it's cool, but like I can't have him doing four to the floor for the whole track, you know? So on this part, that's what we've got. It's very simple. Another thing I'll mention as well, we have a fill amount here. So mine's very low, but if I wanted him to do a mad fill at the end of that, I turn that to 100. If I want it to be really complex, really difficult, again, 100, and we'll just see how that sounds. So as you can hear, like the drummer wants to be star of the show. So at that point, we're going to go on to like what would be the next part. So say that's like a pre-chorus. We're going to go to the next part. And what you need to do is you just create a new track of the same drummer, and then you can independently process this part. So here, let's just turn that all the way down again. We don't want it to go too crazy. So we've got our simple part. I'm going to make it even more simple just to emphasize that. So then if I go into like what would be like the chorus here, I turned him up. We're going to add a couple more fills. We've got, as you can see, I've clicked here. I've clicked on more. So we've got more things going on. Details. Let's add some percussion. Why not? Let's get a shaker going on. Snare. We're going to go for the center. In fact, what I will do is on this one, I actually will make that. I'm going to make it side stick. Why not? Okay, so then you're going to hear a big difference. I'm going to lead it in from the verse to let's suppose this to be the chorus. So as you can hear, guys, there's obviously a big build up going from the verse to the chorus there. And it's just a really, really cool way to kind of set up your demos. If you want to kind of get a feel for how it's going to transition from the verse to the chorus or to the bridge to the chorus, I really like using the built-in Logic drummer just to do that. There's so much more you can do on this. This was just like a basic video, but like obviously you can change. I've gone for pop songwriter, but even if you wanted to, you could change one part out. I could go punk rock, change session player, and then he's just gonna change the genre. Obviously you're gonna have to redo the settings, but like this would what it would sound like if it was that. But yeah, as you can see on the second part, we still have our pop songwriter drummer, and then on the first part, we've got the rock dude going on. So yeah, you can also change the kit. So if you go in here, you can change the kit. We're on the East Bay kit, but I could go down. Apparently, Liverpool kit's quite good. I could completely change the kit. You're going to get a slightly different sound. Obviously, it's a different kit. So yeah, guys, I hope this video helps. If anything, it's really useful just for like getting an idea of where you're going with a track, because you might have a drummer, you might play drums yourself, but you might just want to get some ideas going. So it's really, really cool. Obviously, there's loads of different sample-based drummers you can use. I just think it's handy that Logic has these built-in ones just for the demos. And I like the way you can obviously manipulate different segments, and it's really, really simple and intuitive to do that. You haven't got to do anything too crazy. You're just clicking on the different parts, and you've got full control over that. So guys, anyway, I hope this video helped. If you're just kind of getting started and you wanted to add some drums and you weren't entirely sure where to go with it, this is definitely a good way to do that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Feel free to hit the like and subscribe button, and I'll see you again soon.